So you
Another
either
question which I loved, which will also bring us to a topic which is you had mentioned related to COVID. One is a lot of us Indians have pigmentation patches, and we also, like, even non-smokers have dark patches on their lips. So a lot of questions were actually about what do I do about dark lips. I always say, first of all, each race has its own flawed beauty. Like, we think it's a flaw, but it's a part of our palette. How
true.
Indians are more prone to dark circles. And if you met a foreigner, like a person of Caucasian descent, their problem may be, you're so lucky you can deal with that. I get blue over here, or I get pink over here,
Yes.
rosacea. So
Yeah.
every race has its problem. But let's talk about pigmentation a little bit, because that is a overall Indian issue that people feel embarrassed about. We
Yeah.
get pigmentation around the armpits, around the mouth,
Correct.
on the lips. Some people get it around the eyes. So what is your opinion on that?
You put it so well. I mean, honestly, I've always thought you're brilliant, but you are really brilliant. You keep surprising me every time. You put it so well. It's so true that this is something because of our race, because of the pigment in us, because of our skin color. We are called as people of skin of color because we do
Yes.
have color there. So like she said, maybe a European with a skin type 1, which means they're very, very light. So skin is usually type 1 to type 6, depending on the color and how you burn in the sun. So type 1 is the lightest, type 6 is the darkest. We Indians fall somewhere between 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5, depending if you are from an Aryan descent, which is the north part of India, or Ayers and Shetty's rise, like us, are also supposed to be Aryan descent. So we are of a slightly, and then the Dravidian descent are a slightly darker color. Depending on that, you might have the color differently. So now one is that, which she explained really well, so I don't want to go on and on about it. Let me say the simple few things that can cause skin of color to pigment further. One is friction.
Okay.
So or you smack your lip, bite your lip, rub your lip, they can be a dark lip. You see a lot of people doing this when there is sweat. A lot of people rubbing their face. A lot of people thinking that it is
Taking the
dirty,
sari
so let me.
pallu and wiping constantly. Yeah.
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 And a lot of neck when they see dark, they are rubbing it out, scrubbing it out. That is the first main thing is friction. Two, sun damage in general, because we are pigmented, we tend to tan a lot more to sun. So sun is one of the things. Three, could simply be something which runs in the family, like a melasma, which responds to a hormonal change, but not everyone going through a menopause or a pregnancy gets that cheek pigment, which is melasma, right? So those who have it running in the family will end up having that. Then there could be things like simply your diet, excessive sugar eating will may, and with combined with PCOS, may cause you something called as insulin resistance, which may cause dark neck, darkness on the cheek, darkness on the forehead. For some men, could all be because of insulin resistance. Then hormonal imbalances like thyroid can cause darkness. The
So
pigment,
it's such a combination.
yeah. Therefore, you need a dermatologist to diagnose.
And I also think, how do you deal with this? Because I've been asked to endorse fairness products my entire career, and I have refused to do it because I think that I genuinely believe all shades are beautiful, all colors are beautiful. And now in India, people think I'm fair, but I'm sure when we travel abroad, I am not never the fairest person in a room in London. And they're like, "God, you're so gorgeous and tanned," and I'm like, "Okay, this is lovely. I'm tanned in this place. I'm fair in India, and it's changing." How do you deal? I'm sure you get people coming to you saying, "Doc, how can I become fairer?" What is your answer to them? Because I'm sure they've been conditioned for years and years that is beautiful. Do you tell them, "Yeah, I can give you supplements, I can do this," or do you have the chat saying, "I'm sorry, this is how you are, learn to love yourself"? What is the balance?
Always a very hard chat. It's okay to talk to you if you come to me and say, I want to become fairer. Imagine you're not talking for yourself, but you're coming as a parent and telling me, Doc, I want this child to get fairer. That breaks my heart when they do that. So
It's awful.
we have had patients where I can't believe it, where I've been telling them, listen, one, you have come asking for that, which itself is offensive. Two, please have the sensitivity not to at least say that in front of the child. So it has been a tough journey. It's been offensive
Do
initially. I
you
was
see that there's a change towards realizing that brown is beautiful, that each color, it's not enough?
No, as much as we like to say that there is a change, there is a small change, but whether it is from the urban place, or I've seen small town people coming to me, or it is, wives where husbands send them saying, bachi is shadi ka age, so you better make her look fair. So you get all sorts of people, but still in India, fairness is equated to beauty.
I don't even understand it, because that on film and in person I actually wear makeup that's darker than my skin.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I actually think darker looks beautiful in pictures, in person, the warmer. Like, I aim to get closer to your skin tone than to move this way. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm really glad you brought that up, and that it's still prevalent, and that there's a lot of work to be done in that space. Now, another question.
No, sorry, I want to dwell on this to tell everyone who's running after fairness. Now, whether that's beautiful or not, I leave you to judge. But my point is, you cannot change your skin color. So please don't run after doctors who tell you that, or clinics who sell you a fairness treatment, or people on the net who might tell you, I can make you fair with a pill. There is no pill on earth which can make you fair. There is no injection on earth which can make you fair. There is nothing out there. A lot of you even come and ask me, but we've seen that star then, and we've seen that
Oh,
star.
but that star has also been sitting inside the AC out of the sun. That's what I keep telling people.
That's number one. Two, they have makeup artists. The lighting changes, the exposure changes, post-production work is done. So please don't look at all of that. There is no way one can change color. So do not run after that. Whether you want it or not, that judgment, I leave it to you. But please don't run. Can't be achieved. Get that.
Yeah.